this is Karen.
Welcome back, everybody. I am Shane.
Today we're looking at part 2 of the flying jewel of the Americas. And the vocabulary words are tribal.
Tribal.
The chief clapped his hands and tribal music began playing.
Relate.
Relate.
Ted related the sick feeling in his stomach to something he'd eaten the day before.
Disguise.
Disguise.
Chris wore a disguise of glasses, a fake beard, and a baseball cap.
Defeat.
Defeat.
It took me 3 hours to defeat the final boss of the game, but I did it.
Good job. Unique.
Unique.
Bert bought the car because he loved its unique design. So we're talking about the kind of birds that's also very unique.
Yeah, they're flying jewels because they're so beautiful and they're tiny like jewels, right?
Yeah, and then I think because they're so beautiful, there are actually a lot of stories about the hummingbirds.
And tribal cultures really seem to think that the hummingbird is very important. And they'll even use like their feathers in their traditional costumes.
Which is really beautiful.
Yeah, and there are a lot of stories that are told, like legends about hummingbirds.
Yeah.
So for example, in the Americas, the Mojave people, they believe that the hummingbird originally, everybody lived under the earth in total darkness.
All human beings, right? Okay.
I think maybe everybody, everything. And yeah, and the hummingbird was able to find its way to the light. And from that point, the sun was able to shine through. And then we had light.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And also the Mayans believed that the colorful hummingbirds were actually the mighty god, almighty sun itself in disguise.
Oh, so they're both about the sun.
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually pretty cool too. And then, you know, chasing after a beautiful woman, which is known as the moon. Such a romantic story.
Wow. So the hummingbird has played a very important role in cultures all over the Americas.
Exactly.
All right, let's learn more.
All right, about hummingbirds.
Hummingbirds.
Enjoy.
Bye.
The flying jewel of the Americas.
Hummingbirds were very important to the tribal cultures across the Americas, their home range. For example, some tribes tell stories of the birds asking the gods to bring rain, while others put on costumes made with hummingbird feathers for use in traditional dances.
Today's lesson is called The Flying Jewel of the Americas, Part 2. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. Now, if you joined us yesterday, you know that we're not talking about rubies with rocket ships or diamonds that can hang glide. No, we're talking about hummingbirds. These are the flying jewels that we find in the Americas, North, Central, South America. We know that hummingbirds are tiny, they're colorful, they're very energetic, beating their wings at 80 times per second. They can fly forwards at 54 kilometers an hour. They can hover or hang in the air like a helicopter. And unusually, even for airplanes, they can fly backwards and upside down. Most helicopters can't fly upside down.
Hummingbirds can do it all
cool.
when it comes to flying. Now, we also talked about how hummingbirds have become the stuff of legends. And today we'll be talking about that a little bit. Yes, hummingbirds were very important to the tribal cultures across the Americas, their home range. And yes, they did find their way into certain legends. But before we learn more about that, let's talk about this adjective tribal, okay? The adjective tribal means having to do with tribes. Yeah, tribe is the noun, tribal is the adjective. But what's a tribe? A tribe is a small or smallish group that's connected by blood or culture or by traditions, so on and so forth. Sometimes people call tribes clans, okay? But that's what we're talking about here. Anyways, for example, the chief clapped his hands and tribal music began playing. Yeah, only this tribe can play this tribal music.
Yeah, we often use the word tribal to talk about Indians, native groups, Aboriginal peoples, and things like that, right?
Or people in Scotland.
Or people in Scotland, possibly too. For example, let's look at some of these myths and legends that relate to hummingbirds. It says, for example, some tribes tell stories of the birds asking the gods to bring rain. While others put on costumes made with hummingbird feathers for use in traditional dances. So there you go. Hummingbirds come into their legends and stories. The hummingbirds can talk to the gods so it will rain. But other times it's much more basic. The hummingbirds have beautiful, colorful feathers. They collect them, a lot of them, and then make them into traditional clothing that they use in dances. Imagine the costume you could make with probably thousands of colorful little hummingbird feathers.
Anyways, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a break. But don't go away. We'll be right back with more after this.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。我们在第一天的课文读到，蜂鸟的羽毛就像宝石一样鲜艳。虽然它们体型很小，却有着惊人的飞行能力，不但飞得快，还可以向后飞、倒着飞，甚至可以振翅悬停在空中。那这种鸟是原生于美洲，它们在美洲各地的部落文化里面非常重要。像有一些部落流传着蜂鸟向众神祈求降雨的故事，而有一些部落则是会在跳传统舞蹈的时候穿着那种用蜂鸟羽毛制成的服装。好，这边有一个单字 tribal， 它是形容部落的，它的名词是 tribe 表示部落。好，那么老师们在解释单字的时候提到 clan 这个字 clan， 它也有部落家族的意思，还有提到 aboriginal aboriginal 可以用来形容原住民的。接话课文中。
The flying jewel of the Americas.
Many legends relate the hummingbird to the sun. The Mojave believe humans used to live underground in darkness. It was only after a hummingbird found its way to the sunlit world above that the light was able to shine through. The Mayans believed the colorful birds were the mighty sun itself in disguise, trying to win the hand of a beautiful woman, otherwise known as the moon. The Aztecs thought the spirit of every warrior defeated in battle circled the sun for 4 years before becoming a hummingbird and living on in heavenly gardens full of flowers.
Hummingbirds, everyone, like I said before, are in fact the stuff of legends. Now let's talk some more about legends right now. Many legends relate the hummingbird to the sun.
Very interesting. So legends and myths and these old stories do often take things here on Earth, either people or animals, and kind of connect them to the gods or to the weather or the planets, something like that. So in this case, these legends relate the hummingbird to the sun. Two things that you think don't have a connection, well, in these stories, they do have a connection. They do relate to each other. And this verb to relate basically means to have a connection with something, all right? So something happens and then in your mind, from your memories, experience, or things you learn, you connect it to other things. For example, Ted related the sick feeling in his stomach to something he'd eaten the day before. So we can have a sick feeling, a stomach ache in our lives, and depending on what we've done or if we might be getting sick or something like that. So he's like, am I getting sick? No. But I did have that 3-day-old tuna sandwich yesterday. That's probably why I don't feel good. There's a connection there.
There's a connection there. Anyways, let's learn about one of these tribal legends having to do with hummingbirds.
Right.
Okay? The Mojave believed humans used to live underground in darkness, and it was only after a hummingbird found its way to the sunlit world above that the light was able to shine through.
Oh, there's the connection to the sun.
That's how they related the hummingbird to the sun.
Very interesting. And here's another one. So that was the
Mojave.
The Mojave. That would be in the southern U.S., right? New Mexico, northern Mexico. Now we're going further south into Central America and southern Mexico. The Mayans believed the colorful birds were the mighty sun itself in disguise, trying to win the hand of a beautiful woman, otherwise known as the moon. Oh. Very interesting. So for them, the hummingbird actually was the sun, maybe a sun god, possibly to come down to earth, and it needs a disguise in order to trick the beautiful woman, who is the moon, into having some kind of love affair.
Anyways, folks, here we have the word disguise to talk about. A disguise is a set of clothes that you wear so that you look different, okay? You might look so different that people can't recognize you. Yes, sometimes spies wear disguises because they want to hide their identity. They don't want people to know who they are. By the way, if you use the word disguise as a noun, you're talking about that outfit that you're wearing, let's say, in order to change your appearance. But you can also disguise yourself. There we're using the word as a verb. Anyways, for example, Chris wore a disguise of glasses, a fake beard, and a baseball cap.
Let's get back to the article. The Aztecs, again in Central America and Mexico, the Aztecs thought the spirit of every warrior defeated in battle circled the sun for 4 years before becoming a hummingbird and living on in heavenly gardens full of flowers. Well, that's kind of nice, I suppose.
Very poetic and beautiful.
There you go. So if a warrior, if a soldier, if a fighter for the country, for the land, for the king, or whatever, is defeated, is beaten and killed in battle, they will circle the sun for 4 years, kind of as an angel. They will become a hummingbird, and then they will live in a heavenly garden full of flowers. This is like heaven or paradise. But this is only for the bravest warriors who are defeated in battle. To defeat, this verb, yeah, we're using it as a verb here. It could be a noun, but a verb, it means to vanquish, to beat, to win, basically. You defeat your opponent if you score more points in the game. One army will defeat the other if they're more powerful and do more damage to the other army. They're the winners. They have defeated their opponent. For example, it took me 3 hours to defeat the final boss of the game. 3 hours to beat that terrible big monster at the end of the game. Boy, my thumbs really hurt.
Okay, all right, folks. With that, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be back after this.
3 hours of this.
3 hours of that. Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
有很多传说会把蜂鸟和太阳连结在一起，像莫哈维人认为人类过去生活在黑暗的地底下，直到有一只蜂鸟找到路可以通往上面阳光照耀的世界之后呢，光才穿透下来。好，文中用到 sunlit 就是用来形容阳光照耀的。那么单字 relate 它表示与什么有关联，我们用 relate A to B 就可以表达使 A 和 B 有关，把 A 连接到 B。所以文中说到 relate the hummingbird to the sun 就表示说把蜂鸟和太阳连接在一起。好，那我们再来听听看其他传说。像玛雅人认为色彩缤纷的蜂鸟是太阳伪装的，太阳试图要向一位美丽的女子求婚，那名女子又称为月亮。好，再来看阿兹特克人呢，则是认为在战斗中被击败的每一位战士，他们的灵魂会绕着太阳旋转4年之后，再变成蜂鸟，然后会生活在充满花朵的天堂花园里。哇，这画面好美哦 ！Trav 老师认为这个说法呢富有诗意，老师用到 poetic。P-O-E-T-I-C poetic 就是形容充满诗意的。好，我们再来看2个单字 disguise 它可以当名词来表达伪装，也可以当动词来表达伪装或是假扮。那么 disguise 当名词的时候，我们可以用 in disguise 来表达伪装或是乔装。下一个单字 defeat 当动词，它可以表达使什么挫败或是击败。Mike 老师在解释单字时用到 vanquish 这个动词 V-A-N-Q-U-I-S-H vanquish 它表示征服击败。好，那么补充单字 warrior warrior 它表示勇士或是武士。那么 heavenly 就是在 heaven 天堂后面加上 ly 会变成形容词 heavenly 表示天堂的或是非常好的。解华课文中
The flying jewel of the Americas.
Although their unique abilities might not measure up to those of a superhero, these small birds have had tales told about them for centuries. The hummingbird proves that you don't have to be big to be larger than life.
All right, everyone, let's wrap up our lesson on hummingbirds. Although their unique abilities might not measure up to those of a superhero, these small birds have had tales told about them for centuries, and this is true. By the way, here we have the adjective unique to talk about. If you are unique, you are one of a kind. You are special, so special that there's no one else like you. That's what it means to be unique. You really are one of a kind. For example, Bert bought the car because he loved its unique design.
It's very unusual, very special, very out of the ordinary. All right, so it can be good to be unique, definitely, and the hummingbird is, yes, a very unique animal. It says the hummingbird proves that you don't have to be big to be larger than life. You don't have to be big in size to be larger than life, to be sort of famous and mythical and legendary. Everyone knows what a hummingbird is, but they're also the smallest bird on the planet. There you go.
There you go. All right, folks, that's it for our article, but we still have our what do you think question to ask and then answer. Hey, Mike.
Yes?
What makes hummingbirds different from other birds?
Well, I think we've spent 2 days talking about that.
They can hover.
But I would definitely go back to, yes, their physical abilities. Hummingbirds can hover, they can hang in the air, they can fly backwards. I think they can fly sideways too, can't they?
Wow.
So that's pretty amazing. And the special thing about hummingbirds is we all know what they are, but if you ever get the chance to be up close to one in real life, they're just one of those animals that the longer you look at them, the more amazing they are, because they really are so unique.
They do the impossible pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Amazing. All right, folks, with that, our lesson is now in the books, and it's time for us to say bye-bye.
Take care.
看完这2天的课文，可以知道，虽然蜂鸟的独特能力可能达不到超级英雄的水准，没办法拯救地球，可是呢，他们的传奇故事已经传颂了好几百年，这证明不一定要大才能非凡。好，文中用到 larger than life， 这不是在指新好男孩 Backstreet Boys 那首歌哦。好 ，larger than life 字面上的意思是比实际物体还大的。那它是一种夸饰法，用来引申说是不同凡响的，或是令人印象非常深刻的。Mike 老师刚刚还有用到2个形容词来形容蜂鸟，他用到 mythical。mythical 这个字可以用来形容神话的，也可以形容虚构的，还有用到 legendary。legendary 就是在传奇 legend 后面加上 ary， 用来形容说是传说中的传奇一般的，或是家喻户晓的。好，那我们最后来看单字 unique。unique 它是形容词，形容独一无二的或是独特的。那我们其实也可以用复合形容词 one of a kind。one of a kind 中间有加连字号，这可以用来形容独一无二的或是绝无仅有的。好，还有一个常见的用语是 out of the ordinary。out of the ordinary 可以用来描述是奇特的、不寻常的。好，那么以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。大家好，我是 Hanny， 欢迎收看我们的文法单元。今天要介绍的文法重点有4个，第一个是 some 什么什么 others 什么什么，第二个是分词片语，第3个是 be made with。好，我们先来学 some 什么什么 others 什么什么。some 以及 others 是代名词，用来代替复数的人事物。那么 some 什么什么 others 什么什么就表示有些怎么样，有些怎么样。那这个用法是在没有限定范围的人事物里面，我们去列举2种群体的状况。举例来说 ，Many students are on the playground. Some are running, Others are playing basketball. 很多学生在操场上，有些在跑步，有些在打篮球，搞不好有些在踢足球，有些在玩游戏，有些在玩手机啊，聊八卦什么。可是我们没有全部把它列举出来。好，另外提醒同学们 ，some 也可以当形容词，因此呢，你可以写作 some 名词怎么样。Other 名词怎么样句型表达，可是为了避免重复相同的名词，常会用代名词改用 others 来取代 other 加名词。举例来说 ，Some people like summer, while others prefer winter. 有些人喜欢夏天，而有些人喜欢冬天。那当然还有其他人可能喜欢春天，或是秋天，或是四季都喜欢，四季都不喜欢，不管。好，我们只是列举了其中2种。那句子里面的 others 就相当于 other people。那么连接词 while 在这边是指而，它是用来对照2件人事物。有些人喜欢夏天，而有些人喜欢冬天。好，接着我们来学分词片语。英文里面有现在分词跟过去分词，当我们把关系子句把它简化成名词加现在分词或过去分词，就会变分词片语咯。那要怎么简化呢？好，先来看第一个步骤呢，是先省略关系代名词。第二个步骤就把动词改成分词，主动或进行就用现在分词，被动就用过去分词。我们用例句来看比较清楚啊。好 ，Mark is holding a jar that is filled with coins. Mark 手里面拿一个罐子，里面有满满的钱币。好，那我们看到句子里面关系子句是 that is filled with coins， 要把它简化成分词片语。那么第一个步骤就是省略关系代名词 that， 砍掉。好，那么动词的部分 is filled， 我们只需要保留过去分词 filled， 句子就会简化成 Mark is holding a jar filled with coins。 有没有看到那个 a jar 这个名词后面就直接搭配过去分词 filled。 好，看来这个 Mark 他可能要准备杀猪工了。同学们，现在你还会用那个猪公铺满来存零钱吗？感觉那个投零钱进去那个声音咚咚咚，satisfying。 最后我们来学 be made with。Be made with 是用什么什么制成的意思，后面接制作成品所需要的原料，它常常是菜肴的食材。那么句型 A be made with B 就表示成品 A 是由 B 所制成的，它用来说明成品的原料成分。举例来说 ，The drink is made with butterfly pea flowers。这个饮料是由蝶豆花制成的，听起来很 fancy， 感觉很漂亮，对不对？可是我还没有喝过，我要去买咯。好，那么以上是重点整理，我们下次见咯，拜拜。
Hello, everybody!
欢迎来到 English in Action.
Do you think I look okay today?
Yeah.
Really? Really? But I was afraid that maybe this color yellow isn't that nice.
不用想那么多啦，你看起来很棒，
很帅，对不对？ Yeah, thank you. So, what's the topic?
Anyway， 今天的主题就是你想太多了。
You're really overthinking this.
Yeah， 好，我们直接来进入对话。
Everyone is staring at my pimple. I look so ugly.
Relax, you look just fine. You're really overthinking this.
I get pretty insecure and feel uncomfortable if I have pimples on my face.
哎呀，真的，没有人要看你的痘痘，根本没有人要看你。
What?
Anyway， 我刚刚提到的说 ，you're really overthinking this，所以 think 原本是想，那 over 就是过多的，那你想过多了就想太多了。
Right.
那还有什么用法？
But this is also, you just feel like you worry a lot, right? It's like you worry. So you could say, don't worry so much.
OK， 所以你别那么担心，根本没有人会注意到。
Or, no one really cares. It's all in your head.
所以一切都是你头脑里面的想象，根本没有人在想这件事情。
Nobody cares about you.
Yeah, who cares?
That sounds kind of sad. Okay, so you're really overthinking this.
You're really overthinking this.
Don't worry so much.
Don't worry so much.
It's all in your head.
It's all in your head.
Nobody really cares about you. It's all in your head. Okay, so if you're not sure how to say it in English, then
靠我们就对了。